There we go. Alrighty, so welcome to the third episode of Pelagius. Aaron, how about you recap for us?
Oh man, that was unexpected. All right, so okay, yeah, we showed up last time. We started out with Kustrak being drugged into what is it, the village, and hearing this large roar coming from the mountain, and like a sudden unnatural chill washing over us. Then we're like, oh shit, we gotta go fix that. We gotta go see if he's alive or awake or whatever. So we headed out, and during our travels, we got ambushed by these weird tentacle dog things. I don't know how to describe them. And during the fight, what's her name?
Fallon?
Fallon, that's her name. Fallon shows up and assists us. And she's like, hey, you're going to the mountain, can I come? And we're like, sure. So she joins up with us, and we hike up the mountain a bit. And we get ambushed by Windagos. That's the word? I don't know what they were. Yeah. I'm not being told now, so I think that's what they are. And we fight them off. Fallon uses her magic fire abilities to create a wall around us so we don't get just obliterated. And we fireball Kustrak and Grasha, fireball the heck out of them. And they retreat to go tell their worm master that we're here. We settle into a random cave we found for the night and try and heal up and relax a bit. And I think that's about where we got. Is there anything I missed?
No, that about sums it up. So, alrighty, so you guys wake up the next morning to find Gorfang is gone.
What?
Your companion, Gorfang, apparently is no longer there anymore. Though you find no tracks in the snow leading away.
That's weird.
He's a very stealthy one.
He's fine, though.
However, everyone else still remains, or is still there. Fallon, seeing you guys awake, informs you that she actually teleported Gorfang back to the village just due to the fact that between his blindness and some other, essentially his injuries, etc., that he sustained during some of the earlier fights, going against a worm would not be good for him. And he would be more of a liability than an asset. So, looking outside, you guys see that snow is still falling. It is still fairly cold. Perhaps not as bitterly so as it was the day prior, but it is still very cold.
Yeah, it's...
This is annoying.
It's the mountains, though. What do you expect?
I was up here earlier, and it wasn't this cold. My loincloth is hardly doing anything.
As you guys look out too, you notice that the snowfall is starting to kind of swirl around. Essentially, as you guys kind of watch it for a few moments, winds just start to pick up, and it just starts to essentially cool everything off even more. It looks like a blizzard may be coming in.
Well, this is not good.
We either have to hurry to the temple or
be caught in
and risk getting, or stay here for the night. if we have the provisions to.
Well, I probably could create some food, but we need to get going.
I agree. Let's head out. Let's keep trekking towards the top of the temple.
Alrighty. So you guys trek up the mountain. Along the way, by the way, you guys go ahead and roll me just a simple cool check for resting the night in the cave.
All right.
Just to see how much wounds you guys heal up.
Could use 3. My skills. They're my skills.
I think it's only 2.
What's up?
Yeah.
I was talking to myself.
Okay. Christina, you heal 1 wound.
Ah, fuck. Alright.
Unfortunately, Kustrak, you didn't sleep very well last night, so you were unable to gain any health back.
Ooh, I'm gonna die.
Alrighty, so as you guys climb up, the blizzard in earnest begins to set in. Go ahead and roll me a resilience check. The difficulty is going to be average, which is 2 purples.
Yay!
All dice canceled out. Woo.
Well, it could be worse.
Okay, you need to not sleep on my feet, buddy. Please move.
Whoa!
Oh, wow.
Okay, so thanks to Fallon, you're doing okay. Because Fallon is using magic to somewhat heat up the air around you.
Oh, excuse me.
And Christina, you got... looks like nothing?
No, I got 2 successes and an advantage.
Oh, there it goes. It popped up. Okay, got it. Okay, yeah, you're doing fine. This blizzard's like, I've been up these mountains before. I've had worse.
Snow doesn't bother me.
My dwarven resilience that keeps me alive.
And the fire from Fallon.
Hey, it's the dwarven resilience.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
My lucky loincloth, you know?
Alrighty. So, you guys eventually come up to an area that looks much like this. Though, he is no longer there either. So, keep in mind as you guys look at this map that the little fire pits here aren't actually lit.
Yeah, and it's covered in snow.
Yep, and it is covered completely and utterly in snow. The snow at this point has gotten to be about knee deep as well.
Well, it'd be nose deep.
Yeah. It's like up to my chest.
Yeah, well, dwarves are hardy folk. They're used to pushing through really crappy conditions.
Yeah, but he's special.
Hey, what do you mean by I'm special?
Oh, nothing.
Are you doubting my dwarven skills?
Maybe a...
Wow, I'm feeling the love, As we walk up, I'm like, this is where I last remember before waking up in the village. Let's be careful. I think this is where the worm. I'm like looking up in the air, all nervous, like where the worm likes to be.
Alrighty, so you kind of keep an eye out. Christina, what are you doing?
I'm going to be cautious and look for other things other than the worm. Possibly more scouts.
Alrighty. So, go ahead and move your guys' characters wherever you kind of are going to end up here. The entrance is going to be right here, so you guys know.
Okay.
Right where?
Just straight north of you guys, right here.
Oh, okay.
Essentially, as you guys kind of get up into this area too, you start to notice like little things, statues, carvings, that sort of deal. for something in the mountains, it sure has a lot of like fish paraphernalia on it as well. Like there's like depictions of deer and stuff like that here, but you also see a lot of fish, sharks, whales, just different sea creatures too.
I'm gonna turn and look at the view.
Okay. Unfortunately, due to the fog, there's really not much to see. Or sorry, the storm, the blizzard. You kind of get pelted in the face with ice and snow, so it's hard to make out, but you can kind of make out where the ocean is below, and that's about it.
Yep, the view of the ocean.
Yeah.
This is a perfect place for a view of the ocean.
You hear her kind of through the wind and pelting snow.
You want to get inside, Fallon? Come on.
Can I see if this this looks like a? Can I try and make like a religion check or whatever and see if I can tell what specific this pantheon would be to?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. What type of check would I make?
It's going to be a knowledge check. I'm trying to remember if it has it in here. It probably doesn't. Let me go to the Terranauts
I have knowledge
sheet.
lore.
That'd probably be it.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be it. Knowledge lore. So to check that would be a average check, so 2 purples.
Wow. I actually have lore. I didn't realize that.
Okay,
wow,
so
I did very well.
So as you kind of sit out there looking at the different runes, etc., take 3 strain due to being ridiculously cold. Essentially, you know that this specific architecture, etc., goes to the god Hababuk, the Fisher King, otherwise known as the Blue Phoenix.
Okay.
Give me a sec. I gotta read my background.
It's your god. It
It
is a temple to your
my
god.
Okay, that's what I thought. He sounds familiar. Yeah, have a look.
Yep. So it is your god that this temple is dedicated to.
I get like visibly excited. Like yes, this is exactly what I've been looking for. But I don't rush in because I learned the lesson the hard way. Yeah.
Fallon, looking around, is like, all right, let's keep moving, because she is starting to shiver. So you guys head up, and you end up inside the temple. Hold on, stop moving, because I'm moving you to where you should be.
Oh man.
All right, so you guys see a great stone door. The edges rimmed in ice and frost. It looks to be almost like it is wedged in place. You can see essentially what looks like recent claw marks that were essentially just shoved the door out of the way.
Even the worm is.
So, what do you guys do?
And
coincidentally, I'm going to do this real quick since you guys are now kind of inside.
Oh man, someone joined.
Hey, Tyson. Okay.
I don't think he's on the Discord yet.
Yeah, he's probably busy. Alright, save changes. There you go. So, Christina, you should be able to see now.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So.
Am I the only one that can't see?
You should be able to see. Oh, yeah, you should. Hold on, let me make sure you're in the right spot. Did that help you out?
Nope.
Not at all? Jeez. Okay.
No. I can only see like the square, like the
That's what you should see.
Oh, then I'm an idiot. Don't worry about it.
No worries. Alrighty. Hey, what's up, Tyson?
Hello.
You gonna be able to join us?
For a little bit. I got saved by the kids. I'm here at the pool with my kids, so I'm just sitting here on the side.
Okay, so you're not necessarily going to be able to move your token or anything then.
No. I tried to get in, and on the phone, I can't see shit. It was all black, and the phone, everyone's when you log in the bottom left, it has everyone's pictures.
Yeah.
Well, on the phone, it's in the way of me seeing anything in the area.
Okay.
You can there's some settings you can go into. It's whatever game settings under chat and avatars. You can change it to names only, player/video/avatar size. Change it. All right. Yeah, and then so you don't have to deal with that.
Alright, so let me go grab Gorfang then, because Gorfang is actually here.
Woo! Thank goodness, because I do not think we would live.
Alright, so
Like
Tyson,
any
just to
amount
give
of
you a
combat.
basic rundown of what happened so far, a blizzard has started rolling in, they made it to a temple, and they have just entered the foyer, essentially.
It is a temple to Habuk. That is my deity.
Habuk is known as the Fisher King, or otherwise known as the Blue Phoenix. So, you guys stand before the door. What would you like to do?
The door's closed, right?
Yes, the door is closed.
I kind of like just peek in just a little bit, like crack the door open a little bit, and like try and peek in without, sticking my whole head in.
Okay, go ahead and give me a athletics check to see if you can roll the door enough to actually see inside.
Okay, I'm back. My wife is on her way, so I don't have long.
Alrighty. Alright.
What difficulty?
Hard. This stone is very large and very heavy.
So 3 purple?
Yep. Alright.
Nice.
You are, luckily, able to slightly move the door. So... Come on. Sorry. Give me a second. I gotta scroll in on this because the line is thin as high up as I was. Alright, so you roll the door a little out of the way, and that is what you see.
Can you all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Tyson.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I was talking, but no one was responding.
Can I get some help here?
I will come and try and help.
I can help too if Nick will let me.
Yeah, that's fine. So you guys throw your weight into it, and the door continues to roll. Eventually, you reach a point where it kind of almost slides down and out of the way. So, this is what you guys see.
Cautiously moving forward.
I'm gonna move in just behind her. Stay out of the way. I'm gonna look around to see if there's anything like any like danger or anything, because I'm effectively terrified.
Alright, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Yeah.
Come on, you got the... Oh, you forgot the...
Go ahead and roll go ahead and roll 2 purples as well. Do you have dark vision?
Oh, I do not think so.
Okay, roll an additional 2 black on top of that.
You're not gonna see shit.
Yeah, unfortunately you don't see anything at the moment.
Oh, that's blue.
It's whatever. Basic.
Let's just try this again. Just re-roll the whole thing. And
Purple and 2
purple, and 2 SS. That's the one.
Correct.
Yeah, I failed a little bit.
Okay, yeah. Unfortunately, you don't see anything. It's as you guys kind of walk in, your steps kind of echo a little bit off the walls. You guys can actually smell too, kind of like it's almost like mold, but it smells like an ancient stone. Like essentially it smells like this place has been here for a very long time. On top of that, you can actually smell burning torches too.
Huh.
Why are there burning torches in here?
And wafting smell of meat.
Somebody's cooking.
I'm hungry.
Can I what is it? Augment, be able to give myself dark vision or something like that?
Sure. Let's see here. You want to be able to do that. Okay. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll have you roll me a... Go ahead and roll me a hard... in your case, primal check. I think you can do it to augment. Yep, go ahead and give me a hard primal check. Okay, unfortunately, you're not entirely sure how to reconstruct or set up your eyes to be able to see in the darkness. Though, for that, I will allow you to... Essentially, as you're kind of doing that, you hear snoring from the left. Like a gentle snoring.
Is that a torch?
Yes. Yes. In here, anything that looks like a torch is a torch.
Is there any way just to create a small spark and light the fire? Light the torch?
It's already lit.
Okay.
If you guys are seeing light, it's because the stuff is lit.
There's something off to the left.
Somebody is snoring.
You know, I would make noise, but I think Gorfang would be a little bit smarter and make noise.
Alright, so what do you guys do?
You want to go check out what's over there?
Alright, go ahead and go move. You'll see it. You'll see it when you move that way.
Careful!
Oh no. They're sleeping. We're being quiet. It's okay.
Alright.
I can definitely see it from here.
Essentially, for you, Tyson, you smell something akin to wet dog. But almost more musky than a dog, though. This smells... You've smelled this before, out on hunts.
I've smelled this before out on hunts. I don't try to keep quiet about it either.
Everybody go ahead and roll a cool check. Straight cool, because we're getting into initiative, because Tyson woke the pack.
No, of course.
Oh, man.
Alright,
Wow.
so
Aaron!
Christina and Aaron, jeez, guys. 0.3. Wow.
Great.
Oh, there's the dice rolls. I was trying to see it. It's kind of hard to see in the sun.
Damn it!
Oh, you're gonna die.
Alright, so Tyson, you get to act first.
Oh yeah, I don't know where they're not within a square of me, are they?
No.
But I hear them getting up, right?
Oh, you hear them. You hear the growling, too. They don't appear to be happy to be woken up from their nap.
I'll take a step forward, so I'm like in the middle of the group. And then I will I don't know where the walls are at. It's hard to see on my phone.
Okay, so if you want to be in front, you're right there, essentially.
All right, perfect. And then I'm going to go into my stance.
All right.
And I'm done.
All right, so for those of you who can see these creatures, go ahead and roll me a hard either cool or discipline check. Because you
Oh, and I'll give.
recognize... Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I'll give Grasha my.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah, harder hit.
All right, so you guys recognize these creatures as frost wolves. Okay, Christina failed.
Ooh, I failed hard.
All right, so between the two of you, you guys cannot do anything outside of either like be frozen in place or flee. Those are your options for right now.
What about Fallon?
Fallon, I haven't rolled yet for her, so I'm going to roll. Okay, so she got 2, so she's right up there with Tyson on the initiative scale. Okay, and now for her fear, let's see.
Oh, just so everybody else knows, my wife's kind of mad at me, so that hopefully I can stay during the entire combat. But she's getting changed to come here, so if she shows up, if I'm playing game when she gets here, I'm screwed.
Alrighty, so Fallon is just fine. She's seen frost wolves before. She's just like, they're big puppies. We're gonna kill them.
No, we're not. We're not.
I have like no health right now.
Alright, so Tyson's done that, which means it's now Fallon's turn. Fallon steps forward, jabbing a dagger at the wolf to see if she can get it. So, sorry, I'm trying to get a feel for her again. There we go. And that is it. All right. All right, so she jabs her dagger into the wolf. The wolf howls in pain, and it quickly starts to essentially start kind of coughing. And that is basically her turn. Alrighty, which leads us into the wolves. 2 of them go for Tyson, 2 of them go for Fallon. Alright, so the wolves attack. So, as these wolves kind of rush up to you, notice that they seem almost like graceful as they come in. Tyson, you have 1 armor, right? As well as the setback due to the defensive stance.
Yeah, it should be a setback, and also the body it's harder to hit me, so I should upgrade 1 dice and get 2 setbacks.
Okay. Alright, so the first wolf misses you. However, he does set up the second one very nicely because he grabs a hold of your axe handle and kind of yanks it out of the way with his teeth.
Yeah, smart dogs.
Lucky, not smart. Setback, and 3 boosts.
Dear God.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt.
Oh no.
No, no.
All right.
How dare you?
All right, so Tyson,
No.
you take a total of 10 points of damage, and then I need you to roll me a die 100.
Okay, just so you know, I only take 5 because I have 5 soak.
That's fine.
All right, let me see if I can't roll a die 100.
How many critical injuries do you have at the moment?
None.
Okay.
I mean, it's the first time I got hit, right? I got a 52.
52? Alright, so if you got a 52 on that, That means that as this creature as the frost wolf bites you, he essentially rips part of your arm and muscle off. Like he like rips in and just yanks it out. Essentially, what that means for you is that increase the difficulty of all presence and willpower checks by 1 until the injury is healed. So you have fearsome wounds.
Nice.
Oh, in addition to that, you're also knocked prone. Oh, crap. Hold on. Sorry, they have another thing. It was 50... What was it again? 50 what?
52.
Okay, sorry. It's actually a 62. I'm going to leave it at the other one. The other one works better. Being dazed from wolf...
Still?
Yeah, you're still knocked prone. You're still knocked down.
Okay.
Alright, so these two wolves go after Fallon. Fallon does not have... Okay, we're good there, so that would be...
I'm cursing very loudly.
Back. Alright. Ooh, Fallon does not get away much more easily than you.
At all.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, these creatures... It's a good thing Fallon's here, because I don't know how you guys would do. Alright, so... Fallon takes a total of 9 points of damage, and also a crit. Somebody roll me a die 100 for Fallon.
I got it. I'm already on site. I got a 71.
71. Wow. Alright, so 71. Alright, so the first wolf comes in low and bites at her ankles, and essentially rips apart part of the meat there. Fallon screams in agony as the frost wolf does this. Unfortunately, too, it yanks and knocks her to the ground, which gives the second frost wolf an even better opportunity.
Where's Ryan? Where's Ryan?
Come on, roll it.
It did.
What did it get?
2 success, 2 strain.
Okay, it's not showing up on mine. Give me... I don't know why.
2 threat, sorry.
Oh, there it goes.
Yep.
Finally. Jesus. Alright, so she takes an additional 7 points of damage there. As the second one comes in and starts on the top of her. Alright, so that puts us at one of you two. Who wants to go first?
You can go before I do.
Hey, Tony's here.
I either have to stay in place or run, don't I?
For this turn, yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna bounce to over here.
Alrighty. Hey, Tyson, I'm gonna... Tyson, do you mind muting yourself for just a second? The kids...
Can I what?
Can you mute yourself for a moment? The kids in the background are kind of noisy.
Oh, I didn't realize. Yeah, I can.
No worries.
Give me a second. Let me see if I can find it on my phone.
Okay. Okay. So, that means it is now Grasha's turn. Grasha, you're in the same boat. You can either stay or flee.
I am going to stay.
Alright. So, Tony, are you going to be able to join us there, boss, or...?
The best I can do is probably listen, because I don't know when I'm going to be getting up. I know people are currently digesting.
Okay. Then I'll just leave your little token over here. Alright, so that puts us at the top of the round with Tyson going first. Tyson, you're up.
I'm cursing in multiple Orcish languages.
Alrighty.
Calling them hairy things. But anyways, I'll spin 2 strain to stand up.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's 2 maneuvers, right?
It's a maneuver to stand up.
Okay. My second maneuver is going to go into my stance, so I'm going to spend 2 strain to do that.
Okay.
And then I got someone right next to me. Apparently wants to scream. And then I'm going to swing at one of the
And one of the wolves.
wolves. Yep.
Alrighty.
It's going to be 1 yellow and 3 green if you want to roll for me.
Okay. Oh, Christina's got it. Good.
Okay. Roll how many yellow?
1 yellow, 2 green.
No. It's
3
it's
green.
1 yellow, 3 green, and a black or 2 black. Sorry. One's for the stance and one's for the 2+2 to my damage.
What else? What other?
It'll
And then-
be a purple.
Okay.
All right. Good hit.
Mm.
How much damage do you deal?
How many successes did I get?
3.
3.
So I do 10 damage.
All right. All right. The wolf growls as your axe bites into its shoulder. A fair amount of blood actually comes out. The wolf kind of half jumps back when you do and just keeps growling at you. All right, which leads us into Fallon's turn. Let's see here. All right, so Fallon is going to try something incredibly stupid. So, Fallon on the ground, wolf on top. You hear her voice subtly change. Almost, you would almost say feral would be how you would describe it. Against these guys'. Let's see, do they have any skill there? Nope. Okay, so that would be versus that, which is 1. All right.
Nice.
Okay, so her voice changes almost to a feral, like a feral deal. Get off of me! And you see all the wolves stop for a second, back up, just straight up. And she just rises. Those of you who can see her, essentially she is now wreathed in amethyst fire.
Mm.
It doesn't seem to be hurting her, but you would almost say it's almost like an aura that has come off of her, but it isn't an aura. It almost feels magical for those of you with that sense. Tyson, you can actually smell wood smoke coming from her.
Tyson's not there anymore.
Oh, okay. Well, if Tyson were here, he would smell wood smoke. Alrighty, so with that, that is basically her turn. The wolves look less than happy to try and tangle with her, and they're focused on her. So that goes to Grasha or Kurstrak. Go ahead, whoever wants to go first.
Do you want to go first?
You go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to move back up. And then, can I cast my Spectral Guardian here?
Yeah, if you'd like to do that.
Without having to do a past a range band?
Yeah, that's fine. That would be close enough that I'd allow it.
Okay.
Alrighty, so go ahead and roll it. Alright.
Nice!
So
Oh.
go ahead and take an extra strain for that one.
Worth it.
Alright, so your ancestral spirit is now there. With 5 health.
For those extra successes, do I get anything specific, or?
I'll give you for each one over the first one, I'll give you an additional health. So your guy's at 9.
Dope. Okay. Yeah, and then he's going to swing his big boy axe at the wolf.
Alrighty, so go ahead and use your stats and go ahead and roll it.
Alright. Sec. That's just one, right?
One purple,
One purple?
yes.
I'm in the wrong one. Nice.
All right.
That is, I think he has 2 pierce.
Okay.
Dang it! You reminded me. I ignore 2 soak.
Yeah, 2 pierce with 7 damage.
2 pierce with 7 damage, so... Okay. The wolf howls as the spectral axe slices through. You don't see any blood, but the wolf shakes for a second as this axe passes through. It does not look very happy. Or very good.
Awesome.
Alright, so Christina, you're up.
I am going to cast a shocking type spell at that one.
The injured one?
Yes.
Alright, go ahead and roll it for me.
What do you want me to roll?
See, it's an attack spell. Are you doing lightning again, or are you doing something else?
I am doing a shock. I guess it's lightning.
Okay.
It's not a lightning bolt. You know.
Okay, so they're at roughly short range from you, which means a range increase. Do you want to do damage as well?
Yes.
Okay, so that would be formidable check then.
Oy. Okay.
Well, we'll take off the lightning, so that'll be daunting. Because you're just doing a shock thing. You're not technically doing lightning.
Correct. So it's 4 purple or...
4 purple.
Oof.
Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, the shock that you tried to send through towards them doesn't really do much. Apparently, the spectral axe has somewhat nullified your ability to shock these wolves. However, you can give a boost to the next player going if you so choose.
I will.
Alrighty, which puts us at the top with Tyson.
Did any of the wolves hit me the last round?
They didn't actually go after anyone because Fallon essentially took on essentially she's wreathed in amethyst flames, and you actually Gorfang can smell wood smoke coming from her.
All right. I'm gonna swing at the same wolf that I attacked last round.
Alright, so you take a step closer to it because you're not close enough to hit it with your axe yet.
Oh, it stepped back from me?
Yeah, it backed away from Fallon.
Oh, okay. So let me pull up the map here. I gotcha. Is that his summoned creature right here?
Yeah, the
Above
ancestor spirit is an ally.
Okay, I have a feeling. And the wolves go after me, right?
They are more focused on Fallon at the moment and the ancestor spirit.
All right, I'm going to swing at the one, not that's in front of the spirit, but the one next to it.
Okay.
I think it has not been injured, correct?
Correct.
All right, I'll swing at it.
Alrighty.
Let me roll. 1 purple?
Yep.
All right, sweet. Oh, lordy. S for black, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna drop my stance for the setback, though.
Alrighty.
I am gonna give the ancestral spirit my... if they try to hit him.
Nice.
Alrighty.
All right. So I do 9 damage and ignore 2 soak.
Alright. This wolf howls as well as your axe bites into it. It growls at you. The other wolf, looking at its companion, looks at you, and they decide you look kind of yummy.
Perfect.
So, alrighty. So that is Tyson. It is now Fallon's turn. Fallon, as you guys kind of look at her, she looks like she's getting extremely angry. Essentially, as she does, she kind of holds out her hand, kind of turns it, and snaps her fingers. When she does, and I got to roll this to see how she does. Essentially, she casts what looked like multiple fireballs coming out.
Mm.
Alrighty, and let's see here.
A mini meteor shower.
Yep, and it's targeting this specific wolf right there.
All right.
Okay. When she hits... So, that would be doubled. So this guy takes a total of 16 damage, and he just is instant charred. He's dead. This guy,
Wow.
because he's within the same range, is also instant charred. This guy takes 16, minus the soak he has, which... Oops, hold on.
Is an amount.
Minus... yeah, I'm trying to... 16 minus the... No, sorry, not 16. It's 12. Okay. He does not look very happy. The only one untouched is this one way down here. So...
Okay.
That is her turn. It is now the wolves' turn. The wolves don't particularly like that, and they decide that they're going to flee into the dark. You guys hear their toenails as they scamper away.
Should we go after them?
No.
That's probably for the best.
All right, Fallon, at this point, having killed these creatures, like looks around, seems to come back to herself, and you guys see the fire just kind of slowly like recede into her. Tyson, for you, you no longer smell the wood smoke.
How'd you do that? I mean, she's curious about that.
She's like, do what?
But you just went a little wild and blew up a bunch of shit?
She kind of looks around. She's like, I'm the one that did this?
Yes, you did! You're the one!
Huh. Well, it's been a while since I've lost my temper. Oops.
I don't want to get on your bad side.
Can I pick up like a, just walk over here and just have a torch to carry around with me?
Yeah, that's fine. So you want to pick up the one on the wall?
Yeah, or like, would I have one with me, just like in my pack or whatever?
Not unless you want to use the story point, unless you had written it down already.
Nah, I'll just take the one off the wall.
Okay, so let me move that and give you a actual torch. All right.
Yeah, it's a lot dimmer.
Well, that's
There we
because
go.
I haven't given you the torch yet.
Okay.
All right, so with that, what would you guys like to do since combat is now technically over?
What do you guys think we should do? Where should we
Well,
go?
first I'm going to bandage my wound before we go anywhere. I'm not going to walk around.
Oh,
having
everybody
flies.
go ahead and roll me a simple cool check. Okay, so
Yeah,
Chris,
2 successes.
all right, so you get 2 health back. Fallon gets 1 health back.
Can I go around and use my what is it? Here, give me a sec. My apothecary kit to help everyone heal a little better, a little more.
If you'd like to. Tyson, unfortunately, you don't heal anything. Christina, you heal 1 and 2 strain.
Thank you. Yay!
I have another flesh.
Try and get some of the
Flock to me.
off.
Alrighty. So if you're trying to use your kit, go ahead and roll a medicine check. Who are you going to try and help first?
I think I'm gonna go with Gorfang first.
Alright, so... by the way, your ancestral spirit kind of disappears into the ether.
Does the medical kit have so many uses per day?
It falls under the same thing as doing, like, stims and stuff from Star Wars.
Okay, so you have, like, unlimited?
No, stims you can't have unlimited. You get 5 healings per day, regardless of how well they do.
Per person, it's not
Right.
the kit.
Right, the kit can go on forever.
Oh, okay, good.
Unless he rolls a despair. If he rolls a despair, then it's empty. Or enough threat.
Then how many purples?
So as you look at Gorfang, you realize that he's probably okay.
Yes,
he's bandaged up the wound. He's basically done his own medicine check. Unless you wanted to try and heal his critical injury.
Wait, hold up.
Do you think you need some help?
Gorfang's gonna... I appreciate your help, but I will sit down and rest. So, I'm heading back.
Gorfang.
I'm about to be with my wife, so this is a good spot for me to stop.
Alrighty. Go ahead, Christina. What were you trying to say?
Nothing. I was telling him to quit being such a big tough guy and get healed.
Yeah.
Now, as he kind of sits down, you guys realize that he's a little more mentally injured than he is physically.
Yeah.
So with that, he kind of goes back towards the entrance and he just chills out there.
Yeah, I'd like to.
Well, if
Gorfang's not gonna get healed. Yeah, it's all good, man.
Yeah, no worries, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna go hang out with my wife and heal my wounds mentally in life as well.
Alrighty. So, we'll talk to you a little later, boss.
Alright, bye.
Adios.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and heal myself.
Okay, so
I'm
you are at you're at half. So it's gonna be an easy roll. So 1 purple.
Okay. And then anything I get gets +1.
Yep.
Sweet. So I hope it heals through.
Alrighty.
Does Fallon look okay, or does she look like she needs help?
Fallon actually pulls out something that looks kind of like a potion, and she chugs it, and she is just fine.
Okay. Alright, guys, where should we go next?
Further in?
She kind of looks around using your torch. We have one of 2 options. We can either kind of try and see what else is in this room, or we can try and head down the hallway and move those rocks that are further in. Because I can see light past.
Let's look around.
I was about to say the same thing. Let's look around here.
Yeah. I'm gonna walk further in the room.
Okay, so you see a pile of what looks like meat and bones, as well as the 2 dead frost wolves that are just lying in a pool of their own blood and charred flesh. Continuing forward, you see what appears to be a way around the rocks.
That must have been where the wolves went.
You can actually also see a hole in the side here where they might have gone through there too. You're not entirely sure which way they went.
Like over here or something?
Yeah, like right here.
Okay. Should we continue in that way?
Well, if we go this way, maybe we won't have to move those rocks.
Maybe. Let's check.
Let's go there. Yeah.
Alright, so Fallon just kind of follows along behind you guys.
I'm gonna look around the room, like peek around before I enter the room.
Alright. So, as you guys enter into the next room, you see what appears to be some form of ancient crypt. As you guys kind of look at the different little, not sarcophagi, but trying to think of the other word for sarcophagus.
Coffin?
Coffin, thank you. You guys see stone coffins, essentially. Etched in the side, you can actually see what appears to be a long forgotten ritual for the dead.
Are they all closed?
Except for this one, which it appears to have been ransacked through. You do see like skeletal remains, but not very many.
What a shame.
Yeah. Somebody apparently defiled that grave specifically.
The disrespect people have. Can I try and read like some inscriptions or something?
Sure. Go ahead and give me a lore check. The difficulty for this is going to be formidable.
Can I help?
Would it be
no, you
easier
cannot help
because this is a temple to my god?
I'll give you a boost for that.
Okay. Let me.
Unfortunately for a knowledge check, Christina, you can't help him.
Okay.
You can roll in addition to him, but you can't help him.
All right.
So knowledge lore. No. Blue, and then how many purples?
5.
4? 5. Wow. Okay.
Hey, I've seen worse. I've seen better. Okay.
Like that.
Holy cow.
Okay, so you guys are able to read it to an extent. Essentially, it's a pictograph, so it's really not that hard to read anyway. Once you kind of understand what's going on. Essentially, it's ancient peoples, whenever they would come to this grave, to this site, anybody who actually worshipped this god, this was one of the temples that they would pass the dead along. Essentially, it's just depicting exactly how that ritual would go. Essentially, they start by purifying the body, which is pretty normal everywhere. Pray over it, burn incense around it, that sort of deal. The only unique feature that you find here, outside of stuff you guys have seen before, is in addition to all of that, what they would do is they actually would give each of the dead a little coin. Usually it was either silver or copper. This was supposed to, when you placed it on their eyes, to transfer them to the Keeper of the Dead.
Okay.
Essentially, the Keeper of the Dead was a entity that would actually transport them to the afterlife.
Okay.
And the money was left on their eyes as payment to this Keeper. Usually as well, according to the depiction here, the Keeper would actually take the money, which may or may not be true. You guys don't know without opening one of these coffins that it isn't open.
You want to open one or leave it alone?
I think you should leave it alone. That would be sacrilege for you to do.
All right. I have no problem leaving it alone.
Alrighty, so Fallon kind of looks around. She looks inside one of the coffins and just kind of waves her hand in front of her face like, ugh, God, that smells terrible. And outside of that, she just kind of stalks over to this side and kind of looks out into the hallway.
I'm going to carefully approach the hallway.
I join her.
Alrighty. She kind of whispers, shh, I'm hearing voices.
Can I make a perception check to hear?
Yep, go for it. It's going to be an easy check, 1 purple.
All right, cool.
I would like to also.
Alrighty.
Damn it, this is not my night.
Apparently not. You're not able to really hear anything because of the flickering torch next to your head. And apparently neither is Aaron. But luckily, because she warned you guys are like, okay, we'll just be quiet, because apparently she can hear something.
She hears something, so let's just listen to her and be good.
So she
seems
kind of
to know what
sneaks
she's doing.
out and just starts kind of combing this way. As she gets to this point, she puts a finger to her lips. Shh. And then she motions to you guys to come forward.
And I'm gonna approach cautiously.
Go ahead and just move your token where you're going. Just by saying that, you're fine.
Yeah, I'm like trying my hardest not to trip over my own 2 feet.
All right. As you guys get to this point, now you're starting to hear the voices too. They're not particularly quiet. They're just muffled because of the way the walls work in here, or the way the building's designed. Essentially, you hear something that sounds reptilian. And you hear like what appears to be, as you're listening, it sounds like bones kind of clattering on the ground. Yes!
Well, that's not good at all.
So, what would you guys like to do? Oh, and you see another doorway right here that's shut.
And which way are the voices coming from?
They're coming
This
from over here,
direction.
aren't they?
Yep.
Then we go this direction.
All right. So, Fallon, as you sit there, you see her kind of chanting quietly to herself. After a moment, she pulls out her daggers and they become wreathed in flame.
Are we gonna fight them?
She shakes her head no. She makes a motion almost like she's kind of guarding herself and then points to you two.
What? I'll just come over here.
She sneaks back towards you and draws Grasha with her. I will guard the entrance. You get the door open. If you should make noise, I can stab a few before they come through rushing you.
Okay.
So she steps right here.
I like eke along this wall.
I'll walk by and I'll pat her on the shoulder and try and give her some more armor, like magical armor.
She kind of waves your hand away. Save your energy for later. We don't know if we'll need it or not. Don't worry, I've got this.
Okay. I'm gonna sneak by.
All right, so both of you guys, go ahead and roll me an easy stealth check.
Oh,
Easy
geez.
stealth. Oh no.
Our rolls a bit shitty tonight.
Christina's did okay. Oh! All right, so what I will do is between the two of you, because Christina got enough successes for this to work, and it does work like this too. Just so you're aware too, if you do play this game later on, if people get enough successes during a stealth check, you can actually bring other people with you. So between the two of you, you guys are at the door and you got there quietly.
Thank God. I'm like going to step on a big pile of rocks, and she just kind of grabs my leg and like places me over.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, so you guys are at the door. This one appears very similar to the outside door. It's just less ringed in frost. And it looks like it'll probably be easier to open than the other one was.
Okay. I look at Grasha and like count down from 3, and like we start pulling simultaneously, I guess.
Okay. Both of you guys give me an easy athletics check. Well, actually, I'll let you guys decide. One of you give me a stealth check, easy. One of you guys give me an athletics check, easy.
You should all. I'll do the athletics check.
All right.
All right. So go ahead and roll it for me, guys. Okay.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Between the two of you, you guys managed to move the door.
We're teamworking here.
Luckily, even though you guys aren't you guys are quiet with it, but essentially when you roll the door, you guys kind of get it. You hear a clicking sound and realize that, oh crap, the door is locked open.
What? You went like super robot there.
The door is now locked open. Am I still robotic?
Give me a sec.
Christina, are you able to hear me okay?
Yeah, I hear you fine.
Okay. I haven't gone robotic on you, have I?
No.
Can you hear me now? How do I sound,
Kinda
Aaron?
Still robot-y.
Well, I'm getting 55 pings, so I'm not terrible on my side.
Let me restart my phone.
Okay.
Wait.
Wait
Waiting.
for it.
Waiting.
Okay, we're good. We're good.
Okay.
We're good.
Okay, so essentially, as you guys roll it open, you are very quiet. You're very sneaky. However, you hear a click from one of the on the side of the door that you open it towards. You realize that the door is now locked open. There's no way to shut it again without finding some way to unlock it.
Well, okay then. I'll motion to Fallon
Okay.
and tell her it's open.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I'd like to step through the.
And slip in.
thing.
Yeah. All right, so she sneaks in behind you guys right here. She kind of motions at both of you, she points to her eyes, points to you two, and then she kind of points left and right.
I step over here.
Okay, and with that, she continues going forward. As you guys kind of look, you guys notice a couple of different things. For Kustrock, you realize... let's see here. This is... Alright, so you notice on your side, Kustrock, that there appears to be a sunken part of the floor mixed with iron, bars. As you kind of look closer, you realize that there's actually what appears to be bodies / people inside of a hole in the ground.
Oh.
Christina, for you... Go ahead.
Oh, I was just wondering if this is something to do with my god, or
This is a new addition. None of the temples to your god have something like this in it.
Okay, some weird perversion. Okay.
Yep. Alright, so for Christina, you see what appears to be, as you kind of venture further in, what appears to be a treasure room. Essentially, you see a small stack of gold, a small stack of silver, various artifacts, mostly from a dead god, or not a dead god, but from a dead temple to a god. Essentially, a lot of religious paraphernalia.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
I'll... Do you hear me?
I heard you.
Yeah.
I asked, huh?
Oh, knowing what I know, I'm gonna motion to Kustrock.
Oh, okay. I come over.
Okay, as she motions to you, you kind of look down and around, etc., just kind of checking your surroundings. You notice that Fallon is not in the hallway at all.
You're not sure in this hallway anymore?
Yeah, she's not there. You don't know exactly where she went.
I kind of whisper yell to try and see if she'll... Actually, no, I don't. Never mind, I changed my mind. These guys can still...
Alrighty. So, anyway...
I come in here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to try and see if there's any artifacts that would help me fulfill the mission I set out to...
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a perception check. Christina, if you would like, you can roll one as well. The perception check here is going to be average, so 2 purples.
Okay, boy. Yay!
Nice.
Alright, so... you guys kind of start sifting through the items. A lot of it is kind of junk stuff, incense, that sort of deal. It could be worth something, but you'd have to figure out how to cart it out. The gold and silver you guys find is worth something, obviously. It is money. Though the coinage is an older mint. Probably from a bygone era, since you don't really recognize the actual mint itself. But for the both of you, you guys do find a couple of things in here. As you're kind of looking around, you notice just kind of off to the side here, just by itself, is a battle standard, essentially. Upon it, you see the emblem of your god. Essentially a blue phoenix emblem. As you kind of look at it, you kind of you feel almost overwhelmed by a sense of presence that your god is with you at this moment. So what would you like to do?
I'm obviously going to walk over there and pick it up and look at it.
Okay. When you pick it up, you feel a presence with you. It's very subtle, but you just feel closer to your god. And it's
I just smile like happily, like this is what I want, you know.
okay. Christina, as you start kind of looking through, you dig over in this section here. Essentially, you find random assortments of like clothing, that sort of deal. But then you find what appears to be a stick, but it's not just any stick. It's essentially it's a very black, like an obsidian black stone staff of sorts.
Ooh.
It's also, as you're looking at it, you can see hints of red kind of going through it. It almost looks like, picture like lava going through cracked earth. But the earth is black as night. You're assuming that the red is actually rubies encrusted into the side of this. What you now kind of, as you look at it, you're like, huh, this looks like a scepter.
Oh my.
And as you kind of pick it up, you feel an arcane power inside this scepter. A dormant arcane power. Go ahead and roll me a daunting perception check.
Who, me?
You.
Oh, 4 purple, right?
Yep, 4 purple.
Come on, be good to me, dice.
No.
Okay, that's all. You've just got a sense that this thing has latent arcane power.
Is there anything from my banner thing?
Outside of your feeling close to your god, no.
Okay.
I am going to...
For the both of you, the items that you just picked up, well, never mind. I'll let you guys play with it and see what you guys got. It'll be more interesting.
Can I try and like channel a little bit of my primal magic through the banner, just see if it reacts at all?
Sure.
Not like cast a spell, but like.
Go ahead and give me go ahead and give me an easy primal check.
Yeah.
I'm going to look at it and study the arcane magic in the thing.
Okay, go ahead and give me a give me a daunting arcana check.
All right, that's fine. Where's my arcana? There it is. 3, 4.
Okay.
Wow.
Damn.
Oh, nice.
All right, so Christina, both of you, you guys, as you kind of study these new items, for Aaron, what you have found is a holy icon. Essentially, what this does for you is when you're casting primal magic, you increase the spell's difficulty 1 less than you would normally do so. And then when you cast a healing spell, you increase that by 2.
Oh, nice. So it's like instead of 3 purple, it's like 1 or whatever.
If you were to do say a wound threshold deal, and I told you to roll 3 purple for whatever reason, you would now roll 2 instead, and then you would do an additional 2 health back. Christina, yours, you sense an old magic. Essentially, this is a very, very old scepter. For you, it's actually a magic scepter, so put that in your items inventory as magic scepter. Essentially, for you, you realize that this staff was made for mages, or this scepter was made for mages, with mages in mind. Essentially, in close combat, you add a boost to your attack roll And then attack spells cast by you increase their base damage by 2.
Okay.
So,
-1 difficulty plus 2 healing.
yep, pretty much.
So add a boost.
Add a boost for close combat, and then attack spells increase damage by 2. For both of you, just put page 98 Terranoth in case you need to reference it, because that's where it'll be.
Okay.
Alrighty. So, what are you guys doing now?
I guess I
Wait,
look up at Grapha. I'm like, she left us, by the way.
She's probably keeping us safer than we realize.
As you guys kind of wander there, you hear like a tap, 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 tap crunch coming from this room right here.
I'm going to look around the corner.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a stealth check. Because I'm assuming you're going to try to do this stealthily.
Yes.
Okay, difficulty here is going to be 1 red, 1 purple.
Ugh. Boom!
Alright, so you look around the corner. Essentially, you see over here, it looks like Fallon has her back kind of turned towards you, but apparently she's crunching at some ice. And as she finishes tap, tap, crunch, you see her kind of spread the ice away, picks up something, and puts it in her pocket.
I'm going to move closer.
Okay.
And whisper, is everything okay?
She kind of, like, half jumps a little, turns back to you. Good God, you scared the hell out of me. Yes, everything's fine. I think I found the Wyrms' lair. The actual, like, bed. And she points to this massive, like, ice sculpture almost looking deal. At first, you guys just thought it was ice coming out of the floor. But as you look at it, it looks more like an ice nest.
So, what'd you
pick up there? Or did I not see that? I didn't see that.
You were behind Christina, so you didn't see it, unfortunately.
Right.
So, we need to get down? Is that what you're saying?
It looks like the worm has awoken.
Well, we kind of knew that. So, we don't know where he is, though, so we need to put him to sleep, and I don't know if I can do that by myself.
Honestly, once the worm has awoken, I'm not sure anything short of several casters could actually put it to sleep.
Then what do we need to do to get...
We need to report back to your village and let them know.
Alright, well then let's go back.
Alrighty, you lead the way.
Alright.
Should we check what's behind the door over here first?
Wouldn't be a bad idea. Let's just be cautious. We don't know if the worm will return.
Alright.
Yeah. Should we make a... Yeah. Let's try and... would you like to help again, Grasha?
I'll help.
Alrighty, so Fallon kind of motions for you. I'm going to keep watch on the door, is what she says. And she kind of wanders down here, sits in this little corner, and just kind of waits for you guys to finish searching.
Difficulty?
What are you guys trying to do?
Open the door.
Open the door.
Oh, sorry, I meant to tell you, this isn't a door. This is a wall.
Oh. Well, I feel silly now.
Get back out of here.
Alrighty. So with that, you guys start to sneak out. Go ahead and give me an easy stealth check. Yep, Christina succeeded. Is Aaron gonna succeed?
The thing is, I'm at work.
Up. Yep.
Woo!
All right. So you guys continue to sneak out this way. As you reach this point, you hear a scratching sound from the front, a very large scratching sound, as though claws are digging into the stone as this large creature moves.
Shit. So it's awake, I think.
With that, you guys hear some squeaking, and you hear some pitter-patter heading your way. What do you guys do?
I'm getting in a coffin and hiding.
All right, so Christina's
What?
hopping in the coffin. All right, so Christina's in there and hidden. Ninja.
I'm very offended by this. That's like a sacred icon you're cuddling up with. I give you several dirty looks, and I come out the door right here.
All right, so Fallon keeps coming too. She runs to right here. What do you want to do right to hide here?
What's around?
Literally what you can see.
Okay, one second. Let me go down to the right page.
Oh, that's funny. Nick wasn't expecting me to do that.
Oh, I kind of figured you were going to hide in the freaking coffin. I figured somebody was.
You disappoint me. Can I use a utility to try and have us both huddle down and tell her to help me make us look like stone, so we just look like rocks on the ground while we hide?
All right, so she's like, sure. So go ahead and roll. What's your primal? Like, what do you
mean?
what do you roll for primal magic?
2 yellows and a green.
2 yellows and a green. Okay. She's not trained in primal, so you're going to get a boost to your roll.
Okay.
So since you're trying to do two people to make them look like rocks, are you just doing it by sight, or are you trying to mask the smell of you guys and some of that stuff too?
I think we're just gonna go more sight than anything.
Okay, so go ahead and roll an easy primal check, upgraded once to a red. So it'll be 1 red is your difficulty.
Okay. Ha! 5 successes.
Okay, you just barely do it as you see a kobold come running around, like a group of kobolds.
I'm dead silent.
You just kind of hold your breath. Fallon kind of is just sitting stock still, like, oh god. And the kobolds just run past. From the entrance. Crunch, crunch, crunch. And you see several of the kobolds come running back. One of them missing an arm. You don't see half of the kobolds come back, though.
Oh god. I think it's back. I do not say out loud.
You hear crunch, crunch, as something very large pounds forward. Rubble moves and gets rammed into what sounds like the walls, and rocks just snap and crack. And then you hear a voice. There's something in here. Find it. Find it now. And all the kobolds start scrambling around. You can hear them running around and opening different things and trying to find whatever the hell this worm is talking about. What do you guys want to do?
Cast invisibility on myself.
All right, go ahead and give me a hard. Actually, this is going to be upgraded twice because you're kind of trying to hide. So go ahead and give me a hard upgraded twice arcane utility check.
So 2 red, 2 purple?
2 red, a purple.
A purple. Alright.
That's 4 purples. That's 4 purples, Christina. Reroll.
Oh, damn it. I hit red. I did.
It says you hit 4 purple.
It auto-corrected.
Huh.
Damn it.
Auto.
Be nice to me, dice.
Yeah, a triumph. No
Alright, so unfortunately you're not able to cast invisibility. What would you like your amazing roll to do for you, though?
They're distracted in some way, not to avoid my coffin.
Alright, so yeah, these guys are in such a rush that they just completely bypass. Luckily for Kustruk and Fallon, they look like rocks. So the kobold kind of rushes around you guys, or around them, looking around, and then just kind of continues and scrabbles away. You hear another and then you just hear crunching. Find them!
Yeah.
Crunch, 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 and then that's all you kind of hear for a little bit as the kobolds continue to run around looking for you guys.
I love you, Loki.
Alrighty, so what
He's
do you
my
guys
cat.
do? I've kind of figured.
This is like my room.
I look at Fallon and
Yeah.
kind of just like motion like, what the fuck should we do?
She thinks a moment and motions like, get the hell out.
I'm like, like, we all know sign language now. I'm like, how should we get out? They're everywhere.
I am going to make a noise to the directly across, like over here.
Ping? Okay. Alright, so go ahead and roll me. Let's see, since you're trying to make a noise, it's still utility. But that's going to be well over... that's going to be short, medium... I'll put it at medium. So you're going to be rolling a hard utility check. Upgraded once. So 1 red, 2 purple.
Damn it!
You got...
Okay, so... yeah, you do kind of make... I don't know. What would you like your triumph to do for you? Because you don't make the noise you were hoping for over there.
Make a different noise.
Alright, so you make something that sounds like a pig squealing. And all the kobolds like, And they all run for it.
I'm getting out.
Alright.
Definitely getting out.
Okay, you stealthily get out and you make a break for it past these two. So what does Kustrak do?
I follow her out. Still looking like a rock. Doing the, the Lego barrel thing. Stop.
Yeah. I got you.
Yeah.
All right, so you
When
keep
I
going.
see
Go ahead and keep moving.
Does she follow me?
It appears not. You guys sneak to the entrance. And as you guys look back, you realize, Fallon's not here.
Where did she...
And she, what? She was with you.
You hear a mighty roar. And
we were rocks!
and you hear scratching. Bring me dinner! And you guys hear what sounds like almost like water droplets, like a torrent of water hitting the wall. And as you guys kind of look back down the hallway to like right here, you see massive ice pillars starting to form. Apparently this worm is not happy in the slightest.
Should we go back and get her, or I'm thinking she's a full-grown adult and she can take care of herself.
I say we get out of here. If she's meant to come with us, she'll come with us.
She chose to. She told me to leave. So yeah, let's get the fuck out.
Yes.
All right, so
Yeah, we bounced.
all right, you guys bounce. The rest of the way down the mountain is relatively uneventful for the most part. The storm continues to rage, and you guys make it back to the village.
Well, fuck. Oh man.
So, as you guys re-enter the village, you see many of the villagers actually kind of there, not looking exceptionally like happy. They look very actually scared. Looking up at the mountain, and as you guys have come down, you've kind of been watching it just to make sure the worm doesn't get you. But you guys notice that it is completely and utterly sheathed in a blizzard.
Fuck. Our other team members are here, right?
Yes, everybody else is here in the village.
Okay. I walk up to someone who seems like they know what they're talking about, because I don't know anyone in the village.
Okay.
And I'm like, it's awake. And that's all I say.
All right. News spreads fast through the village. Eventually, it gets to Lukil and the chief, and both of them kind of approach you guys, and Lukil looks at you and says, the worm is awake.
Yes,
you've seen it.
Awake. Well, we didn't see it, but
we heard it.
Its nest is empty.
This does not bode well. She kind of sidesteps her way. The chief starts issuing like different directives to the different tribespeople. You see them rapidly like going through the stuff in the village, packing it up. Just whatever they can kind of carry.
What's the plan here?
The chief, we are going to hide in the woods. Hope that the worm cannot find us. You, he points to both of you. And her, points to the druid, or dryad. You are going to follow Lukil. We must warn the other tribes.
I agree.
Frostworm prefers the mountains, but it will hunt anywhere else. And if the frostworm is awake, we need all the help we can get to put it back to sleep.
Indeed.
Well, I have somewhat of a connection with the people of the north, the Orc tribe. I came through there. The Shadow Moon clan. I came through there and healed some people.
Good.
So they should not be opposed to my presence.
Good. We must get them. There it is. We need the Shadow Moon clan. Where'd they go? Where the heck is that? Okay. We need the Black Rock clan, the Shadow Moon, and the Storm Reavers.
Alright.
Lukil will help guide you to where you need to go. After a few minutes, Lukil comes back. She, essentially as she sits there, or comes to you, she says, come, we must go to Lignum.
Alright.
Okay. Can I try and it took a couple days to get back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can I try and heal a little bit?
You guys are fully healed. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Straighten everything.
Yep. Alrighty. So, Lukil begins to pack a bag with food, etc., especially since the road to Lignum is going to take at least 4 days walking. Actually, it'll probably take longer due to the mountainous terrain and the forest, depending on how you guys want to actually get there. Christina, you know what Lignum is. Essentially, it's a circle of standing stones that the different tribes use to... It's essentially neutral ground for the orc.
Mm-hmm.
So regardless of if they're in conflict or not at the time, every tribe respects that is going to be held as neutral ground.
Okay.
Basic rules of being there: no weapons are allowed on the grounds itself. To an extent. You guys can actually have the weapons, you just cannot go into the central circle with them. Anybody who actually does not follow this etiquette will end up actually killed on the spot.
All right.
If the other tribes don't do it, there's ancient magic there that will do it.
Mm-hmm.
Great. And then where is the standing stone on the map?
It is far to the west.
Okay.
So unfortunately, you can't actually see it on this map. This map's zoomed in too far. But
okay.
Anywho, so what would you guys like to do to make ready to head for Lignum?
I'm gonna write a couple of the spells that Fallon used in my tome.
Okay.
For one.
I'm gonna. I think it would be best for me to try and I don't know. That's a hard question. Other than prepping food and stuff like that. Oh, can I try and get my critical injury gone?
Yeah, you can do that. Go ahead and roll a medicine check with the critical injuries difficulty being the difficulty. What critical injury number do you have?
I don't remember what number.
Do you remember what it was called? Head ringer?
Yeah, head ringer.
That's going to be an average medicine check.
And then I remember having something that reduces difficulty of the apothecary allows medicine checks to heal wounds and critical without penalty. What does that mean?
Penalty would be say you didn't have the have that deal there. I would actually, for a head ringer, because you're doing it on yourself, I would actually either upgrade it or I would actually add setbacks. But because you have the apothecary kit, none of that applies.
Okay, and then an average?
Yep, so 2 purple.
You got this. There you go.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
So go ahead and remove that off of your sheet. You no longer have it.
Perfect. Oh, where did I put it?
Alrighty. Is there anything you need, Christina, from the village before you guys set out for Lignum?
No. I mean, other than the food and essentials, no.
Alrighty. So you guys set out for Lignum. Go ahead and roll me a survival check. This is going to be an average survival check.
What difficulty is it?
2 purples.
Okay.
Shit.
Nice.
Okay.
I got it.
So at one point, Christina kind of wanders off. Luckily, though, you kind of watched her as she wandered off, and she would have been lost had you not been able to find her. Unfortunately, it still takes you an extra half day, so it actually takes you 4.5 days to get to Lignum. So, most of the trip has been uneventful. Is there anything special you guys would like to do for essentially 4 days of walking?
4 days walking.
Yep.
Working on
Probably get to know people a little better. Conversation, you know?
Okay. So, deepening your bonds. Got it. Christina, how about you?
working on my tone occasionally.
Okay. So essentially, Christina, what this tome will do for you now, since you've taken the time to actually do it. So essentially, it allows you to determine up to 2 effects that the tome lets your character add to any appropriate spell without increasing the spell's difficulty. Seeing how you've been using electric a lot, I'm going to throw lightning as one of your 2 effects.
All right.
Nice.
Takes time to learn these things.
Yep. So I'll say that's your first effect. As we go through and the story unfolds with the second one, we'll figure out what your second effect is. Because I want that to have come out naturally.
2 effects. That was all I got. That's okay.
So you're not making as hard of checks anymore.
Yeah, that's what all of this stuff is for, is to actually make it easier for her to cast spells, because I've noticed she's had some issue with it.
Yeah. I've seen the 16 purple she has to roll per check.
Alright, so eventually, you 2 managed to, with Lukill, make it to Lignum. So,
I kind of just, let them lead the way, because this seems like a very political situation, and I don't know the politics.
Okay.
So I'm just kind of letting other people take the reins here.
Alrighty. So as you guys make it to Lignum, essentially at one point you guys actually have to get on almost like a ferry, like a raft, and you guys kind of gently glide across, though none of you actually row and there's not a rower there. You guys, both of you, since you're mages, to an extent can sense ancient magic kind of pushing you guys along. Lukill, through the whole ride, because it takes you a couple hours to get across the lake to the small island where you're seeing now is, she essentially just meditates through the way. As you guys get here, you notice exactly what you're seeing here. The only odd thing is you didn't expect to actually find different races here. And most of these people are women, and they appear mostly older as well.
So you're at a place. She looks to the door.
Hey, yeah, you right. Yeah. Rudy
would have a field day.
Lukill just kind of follows along the edge and just kind of wanders.
I follow her because like a child following his mom in the grocery store.
She gets to this point where she rests her staff against the rock.
Receiving incoming transmission.
You got a text?
Yeah, I know. It was my dad.
Should I put my weapon down too?
If you wish to enter the circle, yes. Ancient magic defends this place. If you were to continue with your weapon up even a single step, death awaits.
Should I leave my wand I just received?
What's up?
The wand.
She looks...
Your scepter?
Your scepter?
Yes.
If you plan on going up, the same thing applies to you. Any item that could be a weapon, which knife, that sort of deal, like an actual weapon game rule-wise, not armor. Because technically you can make anything a weapon. As long as it is a actual weapon, leave it at this point.
Alright.
So not my banner that I have on the back.
No, your banner is fine. It's not an actual weapon.
Okay. I put my axe down. And actually my banner is kind of, you know how the Japanese big banners how they come out from their backs
Yeah.
and just kind of stick up.
Yeah.
Mine's like that.
I was wondering how you were going to carry this banner.
Yeah. It's like stuck in my armor. I like jerry-rigged it for a while.
If you get head deep in snow, we can still find you.
Yeah, exactly. He gives me an extra 2 feet. I'm taller now.
Alrighty, so Lukiel leaves all of her weapons, which just happens to be a stick, essentially. And she makes her way up the stairs. I'm assuming you guys leave all of your weapons, too.
Yes.
Yeah.
As you guys get up here, all of the other 5 ladies kind of look at all of you. Most of their expression, actually all of them, as they notice you two specifically, are more curiosity than anything. When they look upon Lukiel, it's respect. Lukiel kind of comes up to this point here, and she just kind of does like this little half bow. Mothers.
Alrighty. I'll approach and respectfully bow.
Okay, go ahead and move yourself to wherever you're doing this at.
I come right here, and I kind of I respectfully bow and say, Kustrak, I was there when the dragon awoke, when a worm awoke.
The mothers kind of like look at all of you. All of them have like a look of surprise. Lukiel kind of looks back at you.
Were we not going to talk about that yet? I'm sorry.
Well, you let the cat out of the bag. Way to go!
I mean, yeah.
So she kind of looks back and says, that was elegantly handled. I was going to introduce it first, but seeing as how the cat is out of the bag, she looks to the other 5 women, not including Grasha. We need to alert the tribes that the worm has awoken. The Dova worm has awoken. The mothers all gasp. One of them, an elf, steps forward. Lukiel, when was the worm awoken? Lukiel kind of steps back, motioning Kustrak forward. This young dwarf will be able to tell you more. And she just kind of steps back and lets you take kind of the center stage, if you will.
I kind of timidly step up. Yes, thank you for allowing me to be here. The worm was, I was adventuring, try and get information, and for my god, I was sent out. I went up the mountain to try and look at the temple, as I had heard rumors of it being to my god, Habak. And as I crossed the threshold, I heard this great screech, and I don't know why it happened, but it was awoken, and I nearly died. I was luckily saved by members of their tribe and taken back. Since we went up and we made sure that it was awoken, and we can confirm that it is awake and it is hungry.
After that story, one of the older women, a dwarf, she slightly steps forward. We must, for sure, warn the tribes. If the worm has awoken, untold damage can be done.
Life.
Yeah, pretty much. The other women not inside the main circle come forward and they take their places on these pillars that you saw before the tokens moved on top of them. They begin to chant. Christina, give me an easy perception check. In your mind, you hear a voice. You've come far, child of Orc.
I have.
Come, find me. I have a gift.
Where? Where should I find you?
The scepter will lead you to me.
Okay, then I'll look to the scepter.
Okay. It's still sitting right where you left it.
I'm gonna go look at it.
Okay. It doesn't move. It doesn't glimmer. Nothing. It looks like the scepter.
So how is the scepter supposed to help me?
The voice doesn't respond.
I pick it up, but I don't approach back in the circle.
Okay. As you pick it up, you feel almost like somebody has taken your hand and is guiding you. Essentially, it is pulling you towards this location right here.
Alright.
Alright, so Kustrak, what are you doing at the moment as the chanting is going on and you can see magic kind of swirling around?
I noticed Grasha had left. I'm like, Grasha! I'm looking around at everyone else, like, nothing? Okay, and I, like, kind of, like, chased after her.
Alright. Lukil kind of watches you guys leave. She's like, okay, but she doesn't really come after you. She steps forward. As she does, one of the ladies steps back, admitting her into the circle, and then essentially the chanting intensifies. Apparently they're going to be some time before they're ready for whatever you guys are going to do after this.
Grasha, what the heck are you doing?
Somebody spoke to me. Told me the scepter would lead me to. So I picked up the
Okay.
scepter. Now my hand
You know
is
who spoke to you?
I don't know.
This could be demons. We could be a trap.
Yeah. The scepter's dead.
Fine, I'll follow you. No way I'm letting you do this alone.
Well, thank you, dear. I appreciate it.
Alrighty. So as you guys proceed forward, you reach this point right here. When you guys do, the scepter actually seems to be trying to pull you through some very thick brush that's right there.
Well, leading me this way.
It's supposed to be this way, isn't it?
It's literally just right in there. Yep.
All right,
Yeah.
then go in there.
Oh, I picked up my axe.
Okay.
Yeah, Fort.
Okay. So as you guys kind of go forward, the scepter, as it starts to come forward, the bushes actually start to almost part and lean away. They reveal what appears to be a cave entrance. To actually get in, though, you're going to have to crawl.
All right, crawling.
Okay.
I can just stand and walk.
You're actually going to be crawling too. This is a very small entrance.
It's tight for a dwarf. Come on now.
Okay. Anyway, as you guys crawl in, this is what you kind of see.
Oh no! Dang it! I forgot to grab torches.
Yep. I was sitting there like, okay, well, apparently they don't want torches.
Dang it!
I'm going to. Do I have coin on me?
I would assume so.
I'm gonna take a coin and cast light on it.
All right, give me an easy utility check and reduce your strain by 2. Yep, you cast light. You cast a really good light.
Flick the coin to him. There you go.
Okay, so you're giving it to him?
Thank you.
gonna be trying to be alongside me.
Alrighty. Bink. There you go.
Oh wow.
It was.
Are these luminescent mushrooms?
They are purple. Though they, as the light kind of touches them, it almost looks luminescent thanks to the way the light interacts with them.
I'm gonna look at one of them, poke it with a stick, the usual.
Okay. It feels like a regular mushroom, just something that's been growing in a cave.
And which way is the scepter leading me? Forward?
Yep. It is leading you onward.
Then I'm cautiously moving forward.
Alrighty, go ahead and keep going. Okay, as you guys go through this, the mushrooms get thicker and thicker and larger and larger. At some points, you actually have to climb. And by climbing, I mean climb down, because this starts to go lower. And these are not steps. So,
like cliffs or whatever.
Yeah. So eventually you come to a flat spot, and before you see what appears to be a pool of water. The pool of water continuously laps at the edge where you guys are standing, essentially. But despite the fact that the water technically should be spilling over onto the land that you guys stand on, it doesn't. In your mind, Christina, you hear the voice again. Very good. You can listen to direction.
Of course. I'm not a dump.
You guys, in the middle of the water, right here, you see what appears to be a statue. You're not sure exactly what species the statue is, because of a hood that goes over it. But sorry, I'm trying to think of how to describe this. Anyway, but you can see that the statue is crying, and the tears fall into a bowl, which in turn fall into the water. And this isn't like just it's like one or two tears you'd see like somebody actually crying, but when it hits the bowl, it turns into a torrent, and it fills up the pool of water here. Inside with this, you also see what appears to be a woman. Very, very ugly. I'll actually post the actual picture, that way you guys can see exactly what it is.
I has not been kind to her.
Yeah, to put it mildly.
This is some crazy demon shit I see. I don't trust this.
That is what you guys see in the water. The wings of this creature are exceptionally wet. To the point where if she wanted to, she could not fly.
I'm not approaching any closer.
Okay. And she actually comes out from behind the statue. And she just kind of looks at you.
You've been cursed by the gods.
What do you do?
Ask in my brain if
Receiving incoming transmission.
is the one speaking to me.
Yes, I am the one speaking to you. What is your name, child?
I wish not to give it.
You see one of her eyebrows raise. Very well. What should I call you then?
Orc Lady 1.
She mad.
What did you...
Just call me.
Say it again, Christina.
Huh?
Say the name again. I didn't hear you.
Just call me Mage for now.
Mage. Very well, Mage. I am Nagi Luna.
Bless you.
Come, step into the water.
I choose not to.
She essentially steps back. Step into the water. I cannot reach you from here.
Why would you
That's.
me?
What's
Are
up?
they speaking out loud now?
No, this is in their mind.
Okay.
Though you do see her make a sweeping motion like, come on in, the water's fine.
And I shake my head no.
She steps back again. There, that is as far as I can go back. If you don't come in, and her voice is getting like a little weaker as she steps back, you won't be able to hear me if you don't come in.
Do you promise not to attack me?
Why would I make a promise? There is no need for that. As you can see, I cannot harm you.
You can bite me, as far as I know.
How would I bite you if my mouth, and she makes motions at her mouth that you're seeing, like, it looks like she's eating something. If my mouth is way over here, I can't extend my jaws like some sort of snake.
I will step right there.
Alrighty, go ahead and give me a formidable with 5 reds resilience check.
Oh, you fell for it. Knew she was a demon.
Resilience with 5 purple.
Reds. They're all reds.
Alright. Green, green, green. Red, 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 red. Tyson's gonna wonder what the fuck's going on.
Oh, yeah. Alright, so Christina. You feel as though icy fingers have entered into your brain. You involuntarily take another step forward into the water.
Okay.
Alright, so Kustrak, what are you doing at this point? You see Grasha step in, she kind of freezes for a second, starts twitching like mad, and then she almost relaxes and steps further in.
Oh, I can't dispel, can I? Okay. Can I create like a platform underneath her to raise her out of the water?
You can most certainly try.
Okay.
She is basically short range from you, so go ahead and give me an average utility primal check.
Okay, so average...
Average primal, so 2 purples.
Yes. Come on.
But only 1 purple because of my banner, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
Yes, so you see vines, etc., come out from under the water, essentially under her feet. It does not appear to do anything. She takes a step off of the vines and continues forward.
Fuck. Oh man, I kind of want to hit her.
Well, from where she's at, you're going to have to get closer, so...
You have to get in the water.
I'm not going to get in the water. Fuck, okay. Can I try and, like, pull her out of the water with the same vines or whatever?
Yes, go ahead.
With difficulty?
Same difficulty in this case.
Okay.
Unfortunately, you are unable to, like, get her. As the vines come out, she nimbly dodges and continues further in.
Grasha's a big girl.
I start yelling at her. Grasha! Don't go towards the demon. It's a demon.
With that, the demon kind of wanders around, comes forward, and takes Grasha's hand. Christina, we're going to have to create you a new character. You have now been mind-dominated by Nagi Luna. So, your character is no longer a viable character.
What? That's boring.
So, with that, Nagi Luna sends Grasha running back at you with the scepter out. What do you do?
Give me a sec.
I wasn't expecting to actually bait you into the water, Christina.
Can I, would a heal spell work on this?
Probably not. You could try, but probably not.
I would have to succeed wildly.
Yeah, it at this point, Nagi Luna essentially controls Grasha 100%. So...
I'm gonna run away.
Alright, so you run away. Grasha gives chase and continues out past the water. And does not... It continues to chase you as you go.
I'm gonna try and scramble boy up out of the place.
All right. So you managed to make it out ahead of Grasha. Be kind of thinking about what kind of character you want to build, Christina.
I've already got an elven rogue in mind.
Alrighty. So you guys continue. Grasha comes running out after you. And you guys come rushing out of the bushes.
I yelled to Lukiel, "Help! Grasha's been mind controlled. There's a demon."
Lukiel comes rushing down. Did you go underneath the singing stones?
Well, obviously.
With that, she rushes forward. Grasha is right here. Taking one look, Lukiel gets a very, very pained expression on her face. And she begins to chant again. And you hear a rhythmic essence to the spell. Grasha, heedless to that, continues to chase you up until she hits a point where she almost seems to hit a barrier and is flung back. Lukiel goes forward. You see her hand kind of come out, and Grasha gets shoved inside. Lukiel enters, or not enters, but comes to the entrance, and you see her do some weird hand gestures while chanting. You recognize it as primal magic, and essentially she binds the way shut with vines. Grasha continues to try and get her way out, but every time she casts a spell or any such, the vines just prevent her from escaping that way. There's no magic will get through these vines at the moment.
Lukiel, is there anything we can do to help her?
Unfortunately, there is nothing that I know of. Maybe if we had access to the Prime the Prime Library on the human continent, we could do it. But unfortunately, as of now, Grasha is going to have to stay below the earth.
That's a shame.
And we have our first player kill. Or character kill.
I knew that water was bad news bears.
I wasn't even attempting to hide it. I was being somewhat hey, come on in. And I'm and when you asked for the promise, I was that's not happening. And then you went in anyway.
I'm not going to promise anything. No. Promise.
So, anyway. At this point in time, Lukiel heads back up. Obviously leaving her weapon behind as usual. Enters the circle, and her eyes kind of turn milky white. Turning around, she looks directly at Kustrock. 5 stars sit upon the precipice, heralds for an ancient way. Darkness comes to claim the land, to claim it all. A truth of the past holds the ransom for the future. Seekers you are, but beware, untold adversity awaits you far from shore. With that, she collapses. The other mothers come forward and grab her before she hits the ground. One of them murmurs something. Would you like to try and hear what it is?
Yeah, obviously.
Go ahead and roll me a hard perception check.
That's 3, right?
Yep, 3 purples.
Nothing.
Unfortunately, you have no idea what was said. Alright, so at this point in time, that will be the end of this particular session.